DC Mike TV right here with WBO 130-pound champion Jamel Simplify Hearing. What's up, sir?
Hey, what's going on, bro? What's going on?
No, nothing much, man. Just trying to stay out the way, trying to stay safe during these COVID times.
I hear you.
They haven't seen you in about maybe 6, 7 years. How's everything?
Man, everything good. Everything good. I can't complain. Trying to, like you said, man, trying to stay healthy and not catch the COVID, again or whatever, get sick. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Absolutely. You got a big day coming up, man. October 23rd, obviously, against Shakur Stevenson. How was the press conference and how did that go?
I mean, the press conference went the way I thought it would go. It actually wasn't. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't like, there was no like really any animosity or anything like that. You know what I mean? It just
Mhm.
we said what we can. So it is what it is.
Yeah. I heard a little bit of what you guys were saying when you guys did the face off. What did you say and what was he saying?
Basically, he was just saying like, he's been living for this whole moment, and this is that night he's gonna, show a different side. And I was just like, I was just basically nodding, like, okay, just saying, okay, you got what you wanted.
Yeah.
We're gonna just settle it on the 23rd. Like I ain't really get into it, so I just listened. But like
Right.
I mean, he was more saying what he was going to do. But I was just nodding and okay, whatever. It is what it is. But
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
wasn't too crazy. You know what I mean?
Right, right. I think Top Rank titled it the Friends Make the Best Enemies. Did you see
Right.
that?
Yeah.
What do you think about the headline?
No, I thought I was actually a pretty catchy, a pretty catchy headline, man. So I give Top Rank, I give them they do for that one. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like I said, we cool. Like he mentioned, like we're not like friends like that, but like we got mutual respect and we cool and like I'm saying, no, it's no real beef, but like I said, just two of the best in the division fighting, and that's perfectly fine with me.
Absolutely. You think the beef hypes it up and could possibly, get you guys a little bit more money in your
I
pockets?
mean, that's the whole reason why Top Rank, made it that headline because they knew what they was doing with that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Controversy sells, but like I said, man, it ain't ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like I can go over and shake hands with Jay Prince and his team over there, whatever. So it ain't crazy.
Right. Absolutely. For the longest time, I thought, at first you was with Adrian Brown. He was under his camp
Right,
for a
right,
long time. At first, for a long time, I thought you were from Ohio, but you're
right,
from New York City.
right. Long Island, shout out to everybody back in Coram, Gordon Heights.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. Like I said, I was born and raised out in New York. I just had only
Mhm.
time I moved to Ohio scene when I turned pro. You know what I mean? Like I said, I
Yeah.
was turning with Adrian and Mike Stafford, Rasheed
Hmm.
Warner, and them guys. So and I just
Yeah.
kind of just stayed there. You know what I mean? I just settled there and just made it home. But yeah, I was
Yeah.
born and raised in Long Island, New York.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you were in the Marines. You were in the Marine for a number of years, such as former boxer Kenny Norton, from the 1970s.
Yeah,
What's
Ken,
it like?
Leon Spinks, and like
Yep.
I got to meet both of them dudes before they passed. God rest their souls, but
Mm,
they were real, they were real good people, and I'm just here just to, carry on tradition. After both of those guys was crazy. They got victories over the great, late great Muhammad Ali. So
yeah,
I'm just trying to just play my part and just do what I do in terms of carrying
absolutely.
that flag.
Absolutely. You've been boxing for a long time. What are you, 35?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now I can't call you old because I just turned 35 my damn self.
80s, baby. We still in it. We still in there. We still in it. We still at
Yeah,
the highest level. So it's all good.
yeah,
It's all good. Hey, like I said, B Hop didn't get his biggest win until he was 36 against Tipi
y-
Casito.
yeah. Cats is like, 10 years younger than us say we old and stuff like that.
It's all
I
good.
don't feel old at 35. How do
Nah,
you feel at
like I said,
35?
it's all about how you just take care of yourself. That's how I look at it, man. As long as you just take care of
Mm,
yourself and just, play your part. That's why I don't get. That's why it didn't bother me with all that, the age and stuff like that. Because I know Y'all see me. I'm not out here in the streets doing crazy stuff on my time off. Usually I'm just resting and chilling
Mm,
with the family. So, and then
right.
I mean, my work shows when I'm back in the gym. I'm grinding. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm hitting the pavement running. So it's cool. Like, as long as I take care of myself, I'll long as it lasts as I possibly can. You know what I mean?
yeah. And you stay with the six pack or the eight pack all the time. I never see,
You're
a
not gonna
flat
catch me out
stomach.
here
It's
slipping. Because you never know when they gonna call you, you know what I mean, for stuff like for moments like this. So you're not gonna catch like main thing like I'll put some weight on, but that don't even be crazy either. I don't put on 30, 40 pounds after my fights. I don't do that.
yeah.
You'll barely catch me 20 pounds over. You know what I mean? That's just me.
Mm, yeah, absolutely. After the press conference, you went right to the gym and got to working out.
It's
What
crazy.
caused
No,
you to?
after the press conference, I got right on the plane. Like I didn't like they wanted to go out. My team wanted to go out and have lunch and everything, but the way my flight was already booked, like right at the press conference, I was back on the plane, and then when I landed back here in Omaha, I'm in Omaha right now, training with Terrence Crawford in the
Mhm.
game. I went straight
Yep.
to the gym from the airport. Like I had my bag and everything's ready, and
Mm,
Bomac, my trainer was just like, hey, when you get back to
mm.
Omaha, go straight to the gym. So that's what I did when I went straight to the gym.
Yeah. Is it any odd feelings? Obviously you being cool with Terrence, and so is Shakur Stevenson, being really close with him as well.
Nah,
Any
it
I
ain't
don't
no
know.
hard feelings. I will say this, me and Bud, like out of respect for Shakur, we haven't like
Mhm.
sparred this camp, which is cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because Bud got a lot of respect for a lot of love and respect for Shakur, and you know what I mean. He got
Hmm.
love and respect for me. So it's like he don't want to play
Yeah.
an intricate role in the outcome of the fight, which I can understand. So, but like, nah, we were just training together like 30 minutes ago in the gym. So like we still kick it and do what we gotta do. But in terms of like
Yeah.
we just not sparring and anything
Right.
like that for this fight, which I can understand and respect.
Right. Is this your biggest fight of your career? And does this fight do you guys need to do anything extra to sell it?
No, I feel like this is one of my biggest fights of my career. I know the Frampton fight was a big deal, but like I said, I always go for the bigger.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? As any fighter should, any fighter should go. When they want to continue elevating, so of course, it's another big
Mhm.
matchup. But like for me, like you know me for so long, I can't. I feel like I can't step out of character to try to sell anything because people will see right through it. It's just not me. That's why I didn't get into the whole thing with the press conference and the social media back and forth. I just can't do it. I just feel like
Mm.
luckily for like just the everything around revolving around the fight, people have been tuning in, and that's been selling right there. People just want to see a good fight, especially
Yeah.
at all the controversy surrounding at the situation with the Valdez fight in this division. So now we still in this
Yeah.
division. It's another big fight. So
Yeah.
that's why I just stay true to myself.
Absolutely. You were at 135 for a very, very long time. What made you go down to 30?
Shoot, it was when I actually came in 2017 to help out Terrence for the Indongo camp when he was trying to
Hmm.
become undisputed champion.
Yep.
And I was walking around like maybe like 40, 144, 143 ish. Man, he was like, man, if you really, you can really go down to 130 if you want. I'm like, nah, you tripped. Like I thought 35 was it. But then when I
Yeah.
when I when I came on board to train with them, I had started working with their nutritionists and things of that nature. And when I started, like I said again, when I started taking care of my body in a different manner, like
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like people don't believe me at times, but like when I was making 135, I was doing it the old school way, whatever, put sauna suits on, and all that mess. And I was getting at it, but like with a nutritionist, I actually make 130 a lot easier than when I was doing it by myself to make 135. So,
Hmm.
that's just been a difference. Like, I mean, like just my last fight as a prime example, Frampton was just barely on the 130 mark. I came in lighter under him, and
Hmm.
I was considered
Yeah.
still the bigger man. You know what I mean? But that was just me
Right.
doing everything that I had to do down to a T, listening to my nutritionist, and you know, it showed.
Right. It seems though in today's time, a lot of boxing fans think, height wins fights, whether guy's shorter, taller, or 20 pounds heavier, whatever. Does that even matter in a fight, whether the guy's this tall or here?
I think those statistics, they play a role. But if you don't use them properly, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? If you out
Right.
there, if you're a tall dude but you're still fighting short, it doesn't really matter. So like,
Right.
I don't really like, even again, like even my last fight, they kept using that with the family. But I'm thinking, like, in my mind, like, this is a man who has still had more experience than me, and has been in way more championship fights than I have. So I'm
Yep.
not going based over just trying to be the bully. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I got to go in there and be
Right.
smart myself, and
Right.
I got to use all these assets, you know, to the best of my ability, like my height
Right.
and range and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because he, like I said, he beats me in experience. So, like, yeah, you've seen it. I mean, for instance, look at Timothy Bradley wasn't the biggest guy at 140 or 147, but like,
Right.
he, you know what I'm saying, he knew how to, you know, he just had that dog in him to overcome
Yeah.
those bigger guys and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Um, you know, you've been training, with Barry Hunter in DC. You've been
Yeah.
training with Adrian Broner's other coach. What does Bomac bring to the table as far as training and, technique and, everything else?
Like you said, I see Coach B all the time. I still got a lot of love for Coach Barry, Boog, all them guys
Mhm.
out there in the DMV area.
Mhm.
We're just like but like with Bo, I remember when I first came on board, he was just saying, like, you know, we're not here to change you. We're here to just, you know, to tune some things up and add some things to your arsenal. And then not, you know, and with
Mhm.
them, it's not just Bomac. It's, you know, you got Coach Red Spikes, you got Esau Dieguez, you know, you got my
Yeah.
shrimp coach, Jamie Belt. And it just all, you know, all those guys play, you know, an intricate role, and it all
Mhm.
just, you know, molds together so well. So like if I'm working in the ring with Bo, for instance, you know, Red and Isau, they might pick up on something that they're seeing from the outside, and they'll you know, like, hey, Bo, we
Mhm.
need to work on this. He's doing this, or we need to change this up. So it's like
Yeah.
it's great to have, you know, more than one set of eyes, and everyone on the
Right.
same page. No one butts heads or anything like that. Like we all, and then like with a camp like that, like when you got, say, like, you got guys like me and Terrence training at the same time, everybody gets their
Yeah.
fair share of time. It's not like, you know, you got to
Mm.
wait on one head coach and you got two guys who are championship level, and they got to,
Right.
you know, share weight or to come in at different times and things like that. Not like with Bo and Red and Isau, we all come together in the same time, and we all, you know, if Bud is working with Red, I'm working with Isau, or so on, or whatever. But we all, you know,
Mm.
we all still getting that same amount of attention
Mm.
than you normally would see when you got like more than one world champion under the same trainer.
Right. Okay. All right. All right. COVID's been going on. A lot of people, on the whole, health tip right now. Everybody's on the, sea malls,
Right.
superfoods, thing like that. Are you on any superfoods? Are you taking superfoods along with your regular foods or
Not
any
like, but
sea malls?
like my nutritionist, like when I got sick last summer, she was actually there with me to take care of me. So she was making, you know, keeping me healthy as
Hmm.
best as possible. So I trust her with a lot of my you know, with a lot of my nutrition. You know, she's always looking
Okay.
out for me. So like for
Mm.
me, like I just got, like I said, I just gotta I just follow her lead and roll, and I go for that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not the biggest health guru, but when I'm in camp, you know what I'm saying, I make sure that, you know, to take everything step by step, and taking no shortcuts, and just stay healthy.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. Yeah. What can the fans expect on October 23rd from Jamel Herring?
I mean, it's gonna be a good fight. I'm not, like I said, I'm never the one to be like, oh, it's gonna be a walkthrough. Nah, I mean, I'm realistic. I know it's gonna be a tough fight, but that's what motivates me, because I wasn't supposed to be Ito. Made that fight, and that fight, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't easy, but the way it looked from people on the outside, it looked easy. And then with the Frampton
Right.
fight, you know, I
Hmm.
had, you know, fighting the COVID and the O'Kenneth situation, everybody was counting me out in the Frampton fight. And then, you know, we got him out of there in 6 rounds. So it was like,
Yeah.
with the big fights, I always step up to the plate, which was what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Hmm.
and every fight is different. Like, we always change up the way we approach every fight, because, you know, every opponent doesn't fight the same. So we always make those
Hmm.
adjustments. That's why I love my team, because we always make the proper adjustments when needed. But like, you know,
Right.
I'm just motivated because, like I said, Shakur's a real good fighter, and like these are the fights that I want on my resume down the road to look back on it and be like, I fought this guy and I fought this guy. Not only did I fight this
Yeah.
guy, but like, you got a victory over this guy, you got a victory over that guy. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm just looking forward to a good, exciting fight. Like, me, I didn't get into the whole disrespectful man. Some people was knocking him about his last fight and this and that and third. I'm like, hey, you see when I say you got to win, that's all that really matters. I'm not here to to jump on the train of criticizing fighters, because I've been there when I've been criticized for performances.
Right.
So I'm not going to be a part of that. But at the same time,
Mm.
it's like, I'm hoping we can make this fight an exciting fight for people to talk about, for years to come.
Absolutely. You put a lot into that statement. You said it's going to be a tough fight. Tough as far as what? Stylistically or
I think
skills or
I think style wise and skills, because we both could be you know, defensive and counter punchers. You know what I mean? So somebody's gonna have to
Mhm.
basically take the lead. Somebody's gonna have to take
Right.
more risk. You feel what I'm saying? In this
Mhm.
fight. So that's how I look at it. You know what I mean?